Hello, my name is Anna Christensen. I'm the Patient Science Liaison for Italfarmaco. Today I will share a review of the Italfarmaco Givinostat Development Program for Dushen-Bekar Muscular Dystrophy. I am an employee of a company called TRINS, a contract research organization. Italfarmaco has hired TRINS to help them connect with the community. Givinostat is in development for the treatment of DMD and BMD. It is not approved for sale anywhere. This presentation is intended to share scientific information with the community. There are 4 things you should know from my presentation. First, muscle cells are supposed to repair themselves after they are damaged. For people with DMD, this process doesn't work perfectly. Second, Givinostat is an investigational drug designed to make the muscle repair process work more normally. Third, I'll review the phase 2 data showing a delay of disease progression compared with natural history data. Fourth, we are excited to share that a phase 2 trial in Becker and a phase 3 trial in Duchenne are both fully enrolled. Results from the BMD trial are expected in 2021 and from the DMD trial in 2022. Muscle cells repair themselves when they are damaged. When your muscle is damaged from common activities like too much exercise, the process begins. Your body sends signals to allow the repairs to start. When the repairs are finished, the muscle function is restored and the repairs stop. This process repeats every time your muscle cells are damaged. If you have DMD or BMD, this process doesn't work perfectly. People with DMD or BMD have missing or imperfect dystrophin, and their muscles are damaged more often. The signaling that the cells need is impaired, and the repair mechanisms are inefficient. That means that repairs are not done properly. Instead, scar tissue and fat cells accumulate inside the muscle. Scar tissue and fat cells prevent the muscle from working correctly. Givinostat is an investigational drug which is designed to activate the muscle repair process. For people with DMD or BMD, taking Givinostat would not change the damage being done to the muscle. Because the dystrophin is missing or imperfect, the muscle would still be damaged more often. We are testing whether taking Givinostat would allow the muscle repair process to work more efficiently in people with DMD and BMD. We are testing whether taking Givinostat would reduce inflammation, increase regeneration, and reduce fat and fibrosis in the muscle. At previous conferences, we shared mouse model data which showed increase in muscle fiber diameter, reduction in fibrosis and inflammation, and improvement on treadmill tests. We also shared clinical results from the phase 2 trial showing changes in biopsy results and muscle MRI after 1 year of taking Givinostat. We have shared that Givinostat has been used in more than 500 people who have different diagnoses, not just DMD and BMD. The safety profile shows that there are mild side effects such as reduced platelet counts, diarrhea, stomach pain, and increase in triglycerides. One important question is how taking Givinostat might change functional ability over time. 18 boys with DMD who completed a phase 2 trial have continued to participate in an open-label study and to complete functional tests. We have been comparing their performance to published natural history data to learn how their function may differ from boys with DMD who are not taking Givinostat. This slide shows the most current results for how walking ability differs between the 2 groups. On the left shows that boys with DMD in a natural history study lost the ability to walk in a predictable way. On the right, we see the 18 boys with DMD who have been taking Givinostat for over 6 years. We continue to see a delay in the disease progression. We now show an average age at loss of ambulation of 15.2 years among boys with DMD who took Givinostat. Among the natural history patients, their average age at loss of ambulation was earlier, 13.57 years. We also see these delays in disease progression in other tests, time to rise and pulmonary function testing. We're happy to share that the Epidius Study, a phase 3 clinical trial, has fully enrolled. It is a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. Its objective is to demonstrate that Givinostat preserves muscle mass and delays disease progression. Earlier this year, we shared that an interim analysis found that the study was not futile. That meant we could continue with the study. We completed study enrollment in September 2020, a total of 179 boys with DMD worldwide. We expect to have final data in the second quarter of 2022. The Epidius study was designed to compare boys taking Givinostat with boys taking a placebo, an inactive liquid that doesn't do anything. In the study, boys completed a screening process and had a muscle MRI to measure how much fat was in their leg muscle. Eligible boys attended a baseline visit. Boys were randomly assigned to receive Givinostat or a placebo for 72 weeks. You can see that there are more frequent visits at the beginning of the study. That allows the study doctors to closely monitor any problems and adjust the doses as needed. Children also complete 2 more MRIs, just like before. Once the study is over, everyone is allowed to enroll in an open-label study where everyone receives Givinostat. During the study, participants complete different tests to answer the research questions. They complete MRI tests to measure how the muscle changes. They complete functional tests such as the 4-stair climb, strength test, North Star ambulatory assessment, time to rise from the floor, and the 6-minute walk test. They also complete pulmonary function tests and heart function tests. As with every trial, there were rules for who could and could not participate in the Epidius study. Boys who could do the study were 6 years and older with DMD, could walk, do a stair climbing test consistently, and get up off the floor, were taking a stable dose of steroids, and could do an MRI. Boys were not allowed to participate if they were participating in another clinical trial at the same time, taking idebenone, exon skipping, or premature stop codon read-through drugs, were taking other drugs that affect strength and muscle function, had ankle contractures, needed surgery soon, or were not healthy enough to participate. All the study rules are listed on clinicaltrials.gov. As I mentioned, boys who finish the Epidius study can continue into an open-label extension study. The open-label extension study is designed to learn about the safety and tolerability of Givinostat over the long term. In this study, everyone completes a baseline visit and then receives Givinostat. There is no placebo in this study. As with the randomized trial, there are more visits at the beginning of the study. This allows the study doctor to closely monitor for any problems and to adjust the dose if needed. The open-label extension study is open to people who had completed a Givinostat study for Duchenne with no restrictions on walking ability. We have also been running a phase 2 trial for a different group of people, adult men with Becker muscular dystrophy, or BMD. The purpose of the study is to test whether Givinostat preserves muscle and slows disease progression of BMD as measured by biopsy results, MRI, and functional tests. This study was open to adult men ages 18 to 65 years old with BMD who were able to walk 200 to 450 meters in 6 minutes and had a cardiac ejection fraction of at least 50% or better. The BMD study is very similar to the one you saw before. Participants completed a screening process over 4 weeks, including a muscle MRI. If the participants were eligible, then they were randomly assigned to receive Givinostat or placebo for 48 weeks. As with the other studies, there were more frequent visits in the beginning of the study than at the end. After the study, everyone stops taking the study drug and completes one final visit. This study is fully enrolled, and we expect to have results in the second quarter of 2021. If you have more questions about the trials I reviewed today, please visit clinicaltrials.gov and enter the number listed. You can learn all the details there. You can also reach our advocacy team by emailing us. On behalf of Italfarmaco, I would like to thank all the families, trial sites, and patient groups for all your support. Thank you so much.